Hello.
Hi neighbor, how are you?
Great.
I am Jason and this is Lainey, and we were doing a family walk a couple weeks ago and we found this vacuum cleaner on the trash and Lainey decided to fix it for you. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Tinkering with Tiny Humans. We have one of my tiny humans today, Lainey, and today we're going to show you how to fix your Dyson vacuum. This is a Dyson Animal Ball. Lainey and I were walking around the neighborhood doing a family walk, and we came across this vacuum cleaner, and it was on the tree lawn on trash day. So we decided to take it home and see if we could figure out what's wrong with it. From my experience, most of the time when people throw stuff out, it is something really simple and inexpensive to fix, and this is a $300 vacuum cleaner that we're going to try to fix. Lainey, what are your observations about this vacuum cleaner?
A bunch of hair and like string.
Yep, there's a bunch of hair and string. That's true.
And Dad tested out earlier, the thing wouldn't move.
Right, so we got a couple problems going on. So I tried running the vacuum without doing anything to it, and the motor would cycle on and off. The brush would intermittently spin, the beater bar, but it would turn on and it didn't make any smoke. So those are two good signs, and that means the motor's not burned out, and it means that the motor that supplies the power to the beater bar is not burned out, but something is going on here. So what I have found is that most of the time when folks do not maintain things, it makes the device have to work harder. So all these little yarns are making it harder for the motor to spin this, and I believe that the filters, if they're clogged up, will cause the thermal overload on the suction motor to cause it to shut off too. So I think that if we clean all this yuck out and we clean out all of our filters and we make sure that there's nothing blocking the air path, I think we should have a perfectly functional vacuum cleaner. Who is this? Is this Reginald? Okay, so this is Reggie, Lainey's new squishmallow. She says that Reggie is genetically attracted to chase balls, so that's why we found him like this. But we don't want him getting dirty, so we're gonna put Reggie in the background right there. So there's all this stuff here, and we've got some tools we can do. Yeah? It does kind of wobble.
It might pop off.
It might pop off. So anytime you see something that kind of moves a little bit, it might pop off.
Not that,
Uh-huh.
because this is here,
Yeah.
but like on the side, there's like a little clip.
Ah, there's a clip, yes. So this, I think, helps keep the unit so that it hugs the floor and keeps good suction. That's right. But you're right, if it's moving like that, maybe there's a way that it can come apart with a clip. So I think there's some little tabs here. And if we look at those, I think that might give us a clue. See these little arms right there? So see if we can find the little end of that arm. Yep, now flip it over. Yep. Now that we have that loose, give it a little jiggle, see what happens. Yeah, make sure we don't crack any little attachment pieces. All right, so we're gonna take that off. Excellent. So this big dust bunny could be clogging up this air path, and that could make the thermal overload trip. So when the motor has to work really hard, it gets hot. And if it gets too hot, a little circuit breaker trips, but usually it'll reset itself if you let it cool down. So that would explain why, when I was running it, it would turn on for a little while and off for a little while. I do have tweezers. Now check this out. I think anytime you see something on a device that is a plainly different color, it tells us something. I'll do one side, you do the other. All right, excellent. Oh, good, excellent. Oh, you need some tweezers for that.
I'm not touching it.
Now, if we look at this unit right here, there's two electrical connectors. That means that this beater bar has a direct drive to the motor. There might be a belt under here, but unlike some traditional vacuums where the unit that provides the suction also drives a belt for the beater bar, here it is remotely powered with electricity. So everything this needs to run is in here. So if we clean this out really good and this starts to spin freely and it isn't so hard to turn, I bet we're gonna fix our problem. This is held in place with a pin. So let's get some pin punches. Let's get some torque screwdrivers. All right, so most folks will be okay by just cleaning out the hair, but since we have this all apart, I'm gonna take all these screws out so we can completely clean underneath of this assembly. And I also don't like that this wheel doesn't spin very well, so we're gonna pop that little pin out and see if we can get some of the yuck out from under there. Oh, check this out. I discovered something. So if you lift up and away, each of these sections of the brush come off. Now we want to make sure that these aren't indexed in any, or make sure that we put them back in the same way. Notice how this little clip is opposite that clip. So we want to put them back the same way. Now sometimes they do things like make parts asymmetric so that you can't accidentally put them together the wrong way, but I don't know if that's the case or not. So I'm only going to do one at a time here, and I'm going to set it down flat so that these are always across from each other. So can you dust out this bearing assembly over there?
Oh, whoa.
Sand is really bad, and abrasive things are really bad for ball bearings and other things that that rotate. So we want to get that out. This is a little tricky here. So check this out, Lainey. I want to get the rest of this hair out, right? What do you think about getting this splined piece off? How would we do that? Take a look at it. What do you see? Does it pull off?
There's a screw inside.
Ah, what kind of screw?
Like this one.
Star ones, that's right. What are those called?
Torque.
Torques, great job. So we got to find the right size torque driver. Oh my goodness, check this out, Lainey. We just hit the mother load of hair this way. It's like a bird's nest. Yep, we got all that out.
Well, there's probably the same amount on the other side.
Maybe. There's two brushes that are very handy when you're doing this work. This is a detailing brush for cleaning cars, and this is a denture brush. It's got nice stiff bristles to get into nooks and crannies. Oh, look, check this out. There was so much hair mashed in here that it actually melted the plastic from rubbing around. Yep. This side is the most problematic. I really need to get all this yuck out of here. Ew. Got it in the little...
Disgusting.
It is disgusting. We might have to eventually order another piece because check this out. Remember you talked about how on the beach sometimes stuff gets into your fidget spinner? I think this is the seal for the bearing. And I think that from someone neglecting it for so long and it melted the plastic that it popped out. I don't know, actually. It might just be a spacer because I don't see the ball bearings visible. I'll just pop that back in, see what happens. It seems okay. Do you like these kind of projects?
Yeah.
How come? You like the cleaning projects?
But I didn't like the cleaning project before.
What was that?
Cleaning my desk.
Oh, yeah, that is terrible.
Now it's good.
It does look great. I agree. Well done. You know what I like about these projects? I like taking something that wasn't working and making it working. And it's just rewarding, you know? Because we throw out too much stuff in America. All right, next thing to check. We want to make sure there's nothing clogging up this hose path between here and this hose. So if we take this off, you'll notice there's a little red clip right there. Actually, we'll take this off. So push that clip. Yeah. There you go. Okay. So check that out. That's good. Yeah. And then, no, you don't need to. And then there's a little door under here that you can inspect under. Make sure there's no little Lego men caught in there, and you can dust around there if you'd like. All right, we're almost at putting together time, which is exciting. And then we get to vacuum the house. Well, there's another filter that you need to check inside here, but I checked this, so this is good, and it's washable. So you wash it, you wring it out, and then let it dry for 24 hours. So we've done that. We're gonna put these screws back in for our beater bar. What you doing? What you doing? Dusting. Thanks for helping.
It's sanding dust, technically.
It's sanding dust. All right, it is putting together time. So we're gonna need your help putting everything back together. And we don't have to do exactly in the order that we took it apart, but I think one thing we should do first is put this back on so that it sits upright by itself. Good. Now, when you press, don't press on these paper pleats. Hold around the perimeter so you don't squish these. Yeah, so grab here and here. Yeah, that's good. So those are lined up so they're locked. Now let's screw the wheelie cover on.
How do I know if it's lined up? Just a bunch of wiggling.
What direction do we turn? Yeah, natürlich.
Now it's turning spinny.
Perfect. All right, so what's the next part we're gonna put on?
The bottom, probably.
Okay, let's put the bottom on. So let's put this door together. So which way do those levers go?
To go the other way, but then not this way. Okay. Oh yeah, because this little thing.
Oh, yep.
But we need that little. You hold that inside. We got this thing.
All right, put this in place. So this is a really neat mechanism, so check this out. This button right here makes this bottom door kick open, right? But you don't want the bottom door to kick open when you're just taking out the bin, because then you get dust everywhere. So how do they make it so that when you press the button once, it releases it, but when you press it again, it opens the bottom door? Can you figure it out?
Maybe it's because like it's on here and there's like some mechanism that like knows.
That is amazing. Yes, there is some mechanism that knows whether it's on the vacuum or not. Here, put the can on and feel how it works and see if you can feel. Press the button down all the way. Right, you press it down all the way, but the canister doesn't open, right? What do you see over here?
Push this back?
Yes. I'm so proud of you. Isn't that a really neat design? So the way this works is when it's on the vacuum, look at this little prong. That little prong holds this out of the way, so when you press the button, it only releases it.
Yeah.
Then when it's off of the unit, this slips forward, and then when you press it again, it opens up the canister. That was some excellent problem solving, Lainey. All right, so this is on this guy. How did you get this off? Remember red stuff? Yeah. Here, I'll move this out of the way so you can see it. You gotta line that up. See how there's this little notch?
There. Yeah,
Yes.
there.
All right, there we go. We want to push this down until it goes click. There we go.
Click.
Click. All right. Do you want to be the vacuum operator?
I don't know. I don't know how to use it.
I'll show you.
We have our hair bucket over there.
We do have a hair bucket. Okay. On this vacuum, there are a couple controls. That's power, and this activates and deactivates the beater bar, but it doesn't actually start until you recline the handle. So hit that to start it. Good. Now that's not spinning, but it is sucking, right? Let's see here. I feel like there's a tremendous amount of suction here, as if this still has a clog in it. Like we missed something.
I checked the little Lego man.
I thought we checked it too, for Little Lego Man. But it feels like there's still something in here. So I think we've got part of our problem here. Check this out.
What? Yeah, I saw that. I saw that.
Oh my goodness, I don't know. It's just random garbage. It's just garbage. All right.
It's just a metal thing.
All right. So even with the clean filter, even with the cleaned beater bar, we were not getting any suction. So we failed to check one of our pieces of plumbing. And now I think oh, look, I can see you. Hi. You ready, Lainey?
Yeah.
All right. Activate the motor. Beater bar on.
But there's a weird rumble.
All right, watch. All right, Lainey, we have demonstrated that the vacuum now indeed sucks. What was your favorite part of this project?
The dusting.
The dusting. Like, just dusting? Dusting. Okay. Previously it sucked, but now it sucks, which is exciting. I thought we had everything fixed, and then we turned it on to try to start it up, and it was not working. Yes. So we had to do some problem solving, because even though you think you have covered all your bases, we did not do a very good job of inspecting this extension pipe, and that's where our main problem was. So we fixed the hairball, we fixed the filters, we fixed the obstruction in the main vacuum pipe, and now I think we have a great vacuum. So hopefully we can track down our neighbors and give this back to them, and if they haven't purchased a new vacuum by now, they should be pretty excited to have this one working again.
Hello.
Hi neighbor, how are you?
Great.
I am Jason and this is Lainey, and we were doing a family walk a couple weeks ago, and we found this vacuum cleaner on the trash, and Lainey decided to fix it for you.
We did. We threw that out
Awesome.
over the summer.
So Lainey, can you tell us what you discovered and how to fix it?
There was a lot of like hair tangled around
I believe it.
so it didn't spin, and we had to cut it out. There was like another little wheel that we had to use a pin punch to get the wheel out, to get the hair out. And then we also figured out that inside of like the actual vacuum part, there was a hook, and
Wow.
there was like a piece of like
Wow.
plastic.
Yeah.
So that was the big culprit. So even if the rest of the part was suctioning, or sorry, even if the brush was spinning, there was no suction. So that was awesome, Lainey. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for letting us stop by and drop it off to you.
Thank you so much for fixing it. It's awesome. Thank you so much for your hard work.
Awesome.
And we love to use it again.
Cool. Have a great day.
You too.
Bye.